Hey!
Hey!
So, do we introduce ourselves?
Yeah, sure.
Hello, my name is Nick,
I'm Paul.
and we are making a video today on how to bake some hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns are a historical treat that people would eat on Good Friday. They're little buns that have a cross on the top that remind us of the crucifixion. There's some spices inside that remind us of the embalming spices they used for Jesus' body.
Ooh.
But most of all, they're just a fun, sweet treat to celebrate the end of Lent and to prepare us as Easter comes, and we thought it'd be fun to teach you how to make them.
So, I guess we should just jump right in.
Sure.
Okay, so we are making a yeast dough. So, I'm just gonna quick go through the ingredients. You need 5 cups of flour, bread flour, which we have here. I put a little half cup off to the side for kneading in case it's a little wet. You need 4.5 teaspoons of instant yeast, or sometimes it's called bread machine yeast. You need 2 eggs for the dough, 1/4 cup sugar, 2 cups of whole milk at 110 degrees. Oh, yours is a little full, sorry. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Then we need butter. We'll use only 6 tablespoons of this. And then some spices. You can just use allspice. I like to make my own. So in here I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of cardamom, a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of ginger, and a half teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. So it's very can't really smell it through the mask, but it's very aromatic.
Smells good.
Aromatisé. Okay, so, and then eventually we're going to add some dried fruit too. Most recipes have just kind of like dried currants or raisins, but I got some cherries and golden raisins, so I'm going to do a little mixture. You can do whatever you want. So, okay, we're going to get started with our big bowl, and let's put in part of our, 5 cups. Not all of it, like 3/4 of it.
Why would we do it that way?
Just so we can make sure it gets really wet.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, like that. Cool. Add our spices. Dump them in. Our sugar. Our yeast. Our milk. Yes.
You've made this very easy for me, by the way.
Super. How so?
Because everything's measured.
Oh,
Going
yeah.
into a bowl.
Otherwise it takes forever, you know?
Yeah.
And we're gonna crack 2 eggs in it. Woo! Splash. So, just take our spatula. We're just gonna mix this up into it's gonna become really, really wet. Break those egg yolks. This is a really big bowl.
It's a huge bowl. Maybe the biggest bowl I've ever used.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Okay, now it's probably like really chunky.
Yep.
And really wet. So now we're gonna add in our dry fruit. So I'm gonna do. You want 2 cups of dried fruit of whatever kind you want. You can just do all raisins. You could do.
You've got the measuring cup over
I'm
there.
gonna use like a half cup of cherries. Okay, I'm gonna add a half cup of golden raisins. Are there any of these left?
Yeah, they're all stuck in there though. Good luck.
Oh wow, they're desiccated.
2 cups, you say, huh?
Yes. Mix this up. Yeah. And then once you kind of get all of the raisins mixed in well, then you can add the rest of your flour. And this is where the batter is going to start to come into like a bread dough.
That's this flour, right?
Yeah. Okay. Or any kind of yeast dough. Now, if you wanted to, if you don't have bread flour at home, you can use all-purpose flour, but bread flour has a really high protein content, so it takes less liquid. So if you use all-purpose flour, you may need to use like an extra cup or cup and a half of flour.
Oh gosh.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of like knead this with our hands at some point until we kind of get like a. Oh, it's really warm. Some sort of like a dough consistency. It's gonna start to get less wet. So once you kind of get into a ball like this, I think it's pretty good. Scrape all the extra flour that you didn't need into off to the side. You might need it later. And we're going to take our bowl, and we're going to cover it.
You have both bowls.
Huh?
You have both bowls.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
It's all good.
Anyways, so we're going to let it sit for 20 minutes like this.
Okay.
So we will come back in 20 minutes. Bye.
We're back.
Hello. Okay, so now that we've had our dough sitting for 20 minutes, all the liquid should be absorbed. The flour should be ready to be kneaded. So we're gonna just kind of lift this off. You'll see that it has probably like swelled a little bit, which is cool. Now we need to add the butter and the salt. We can add the salt now because the yeast has been activated by the liquid, so it will not kill it anymore. So I'm just gonna put that like on top. Kind of funny. Push it down a little bit. And then we're gonna add 6 tablespoons of butter. Now this part's, it's gonna get kind of gross, but after a few minutes of kneading and working it into the dough, this is when you'll get a nice, smooth, enriched yeast dough.
How come we don't put the butter in earlier?
Because it's really greasy.
Uh-huh.
If you put it in beforehand, whether it's a solid or melted, because it's like an oil,
Uh-huh.
it'll coat the flour particles, and so it will prevent the flour from absorbing the liquid.
Okay.
So that's why we're gonna do it now. Cool. And we're just gonna start mixing it in.
Oh boy.
That's really gross, but you know what? It's gonna taste good. So I'm gonna look at my watch. So at 39:48 we can stop. Around 6 minutes. Cool. So now what should happen is if you like press into it lightly, it should spring back in the dough. Does it do that for you? Press into it lightly, does it spring back?
A little bit.
Cool. Okay, so I have these cool little Cambros. They're like 4 quarts. Or 4...
They're 4 quarts.
Yeah, 4 quarts. Just take some cooking spray. Coat the entire side really well, generously. All the way up to the top because it will rise. You can do this in a bowl. Dropping your dough.
Do I do the bottom?
Yes. So it doesn't stick. Sides and bottom. And you can this one is like about 2 quarts full of dough. When it doubles in size, we will know that it is ready, more or less. Also, quick spray the top of the dough so that if it comes in contact with the lid, you know, it doesn't stick. So. And you just wait. It should take about around an hour. It could be faster if you have a warmer house. It could be longer if you have a colder house. Okay, we will see you in about an hour.
Bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hello.
We are back. And look at our dough.
Oh my goodness.
Look how big this got. It is beautiful and resilient and ready to be rolled into buns. So we're going to do that now. So what you need to do is get a big pan. I think this makes around like 30 buns or so. And we have them lined with parchment paper. All right, so the first step is we've got to uncover our dough. You may have noticed that I added saran wrap after our last time filming. Okay, and we're gonna dump it out like this. It's gonna slide out because it should be greased really well on the inside. Yeah, doesn't that look good? We'll put this on the side. We're gonna press it down. Oh yes. Ooh, it's really fluffy.
Very fluffy.
So we're just gonna press out the air gently. Just gonna like turn it over. Okay. Now, this dough, when it's divided equally, each bun in the raw dough form should weigh around 67 grams, which is really really precise. So I have my scale, and I'm just going to show you what we do. I need my scissors. When you use a yeast dough, you don't ever want to tear. That's bad.
Oh.
You don't tear dough. You always want to either...
Does that like break the gluten or something?
It breaks the gluten, so you want to use the scissors to cut it. So I'm gonna turn on my scale. I just put a batter in it. Okay, so I'm just gonna be like, I think like, let's see. That
If you
looks...
get this exact, I'm gonna be amazed.
Oh!
Close.
69! Oh, just moved to 70. Whatever, we'll use it. So you're gonna take your little dough, you're kind of like, you're gonna press it down into like a square shape. Bring in the centers like so. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And you bring these in like that,
It's like making a cookie catcher.
I guess. It's been a while. And you just kind of like fold up until you get like a tight skin right here, okay?
Okay.
And you like just pinch the bottom. Do you see how that works? Kind of like a little dumpling almost.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
voila. Okay.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh, not even close. What do I do?
Just add more. Yeah, cut another little chunk off.
Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. Not close enough. 2 grams. Perfect.
Oh, whatever. It's good. It's good. It's good. Flatten it out.
Do like a little square, you said?
A little square.
Okay, now I fold the corners in.
You're making a little envelope.
Middle.
Kind of like you were putting on a diaper.
Oh yeah, diapering skills. I've got those. Fold these into the middle. Now what?
And then just kind of pinch up, like.
Pinch like this.
Yep.
Rolling it until it's
Yep.
a tight little ball.
Yep.
More?
Yep. That looks good.
Yes.
Yep. And then you put down on the
My poor
thing.
little raisins are falling out.
So let's just get going. It's gonna take like probably a hot minute. So when you're finished, you want to make sure that you cover your buns with some saran wrap so that they stay kind of airtight. And what I like to do is once they're covered, I also put a heavy towel over it. And then you want to set it in a warm spot to rise for about 45 minutes. So, we will see you in 45
minutes.
45 minutes. Peace out.
Bye.
Hello! So, by now, after 45 minutes, your buns should be plump and ready to go in the oven. But before we put them in, we have to do a little glaze. So we're going to show you how to make the glaze. Paul's going to crack the eggs.
Oh boy.
We're going to crack... We need the egg yolks. We need... if you're doing just one recipe, you only need to do 1 egg yolk and have 2 tablespoons of water. But because we did 1 each, we have to have 2 egg yolks.
2 tablespoons of water?
4.
4.
Because we are
4 tablespoons.
doing a double batch.
Shall we whisk it?
We whisk it. And if you have a brush at home, you can use a brush. I don't like using a brush, so I always put it in a spray bottle. And then I spray the buns so that I don't flatten them or crush them. Yes, queen. Did a good job. Oh, yes. Nice and plump. Carefully peel them off, or the plastic off. Maybe we should have sprayed them a little bit, but whatever. Yes. Wow, nice job. They look good.
Are they gonna get bigger?
Yeah.
Are these gonna touch?
That's okay.
Alright.
Buns sometimes touch. You want to spray yours?
I missed.
Isn't that kind of
Am
funny?
I doing too much or not enough?
I think you could do more.
More?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably the way the hose is like not in there. Cool. Keep going. Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. Hot cross. Hot. I don't know the words. What are they again? 1 a penny,
1
2
a penny, 2 a penny.
Oh. Now we just gotta put them in the oven.
Cool. All right.
All right. Yeah, man. So we got our hot cross buns baked. Now aren't they pretty? They just look really great.
I'm gonna pick my best one.
Nice golden color. Should we taste them right now before we put a cross on
No,
them?
let's put the cross on.
Oh,
first.
okay, sorry.
You can taste one.
No, it's okay. I'll wait. I'll be patient. I'm out of my camera. Hello. So, we just have to make the glaze now. The glaze is really easy. It's going to be 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 5 teaspoons of milk, and then a teaspoon of orange extract. And then we're going to be able to make a little cross. It'll be kind of like the glaze that you see on like a donut, the white glaze. So we'll double it and split it in half so we can each have our thing, and then I have some piping bags for us to do that with. So,
Cool.
shall I go in?
Let's do it. All right, 3 cups of powdered sugar.
But remember, if you're only doing it like by yourself and you only did one batch, so it's 1.5 cups. Was that too dramatic what I just did?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we've got, here are teaspoons. So 10 teaspoons of milk,
10 teaspoons,
or 5.
or 3 tablespoons in 1 teaspoon.
I don't know that, so
There's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon.
2 teaspoons of this magic stuff. And if you wanted to, you could put lemon. You can flavor however you want, just nothing weird like mint.
Could I do vanilla?
Yeah.
Could I do
I just feel like
spearmint?
mint with a cinnamon in the bun is kind of weird. There, that's good, right?
Yep, looks good to me.
Okay. So now you have to just put this into piping bags, and then we're gonna put a cross on the top. So. Yeah, should we try one?
Let's do it.
I don't want to like hit my
Your microphone.
microphone. Okay.
Oh, they're so soft.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cherries are good.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Easter. Ow.
That was a horrible hand. What? Wait. Where's the happy Easter? Wait.
Happy Easter.